Good afternoon, Ms. Sherman. My name is Kelvin Brown. I'm a licensed social worker here at the plant, and I would like to thank you for arriving at your scheduled time. That's very commendable. A lot of people don't usually, when they set appointments, I usually don't see them. I have to call them and chase them down and remind them, send them emails, texts. But you were here on time, and that's very good, Ms. Sherman. And I would like to say thank you.
Good.
Do you understand why we're meeting today?
Not really. I know my boss is making complaints, about me calling in. So I guess it's really about that. She didn't explain a whole lot to me. But that's really the only thing I can think of.
Okay. Well, that's basically that's part of it. Mr. Smith thought that it would be good for us to meet. He said that you were having some performance issues on the job over the last couple of months, and I'd like to take these next 10 to 15 minutes, and we could discuss, kind of figure out what's going on and what where we can go to improve the situation here at work. And if we can't get everything done today, then we can schedule another appointment tomorrow to come to some resolution. First of all, I'd like to ask you, how long have you been employed here at this company?
Not too long. About 1 year.
A year. Tell me about that. Tell me about your last year.
Well, up until now, I thought it was going okay. I like my job. I mostly get along with the people that I work with, though lately I've been noticing maybe some looks from them.
Okay.
And maybe I'm just paranoid, but I think maybe they're talking behind my back. But, like I said, up until recently, everything was okay, or so I thought.
How does it make you feel to hear them talking behind your back?
Makes me kind of angry. I don't appreciate it. But, I won't confront them about it, because I don't want to lose my job. And I haven't really brought it up to my manager because, I don't know, I guess maybe I just don't want her to know whatever issue they may be having with me. Or maybe I'm just imagining it and, they're not giving me dirty looks.
Well, I want to acknowledge the way you feel. I mean, those feelings, those are your feelings. And do you feel like perhaps that's affecting your performance, your interpersonal relationships with the other employees?
Yes. Now that you bring that up, I guess so. I hadn't really thought about it. But I guess it's making me not enjoy my job as much. I don't enjoy going there as much as I used to. But, overall, I still like working there.
Okay. Okay. Well, I would like to, my concern, or your, Mr. Smith's concern, your manager is concerned about your attendance the last 2 months. He's noticed a pattern.
Okay.
And are you aware of your boss is concerned about your attendance? Is that something that you're aware of?
I mean, he may have brought it up to me once, but it didn't seem like a big deal when he brought it up to me.
Okay.
And when I do miss work, I call in. So, I thought, at least I'm doing that.
So you feel like your attendance is good. How would you rate your attendance?
I thought it was okay.
Okay.
Everyone misses days sometimes.
Right. Well, Ms. Sherman, I have a printout of your attendance over the last 2 months. And when I look at it, and I'm going to let you see it also, it shows that you've had quite a few call-ins. You clocked in late 5 times. In fact, you've had 6 call-ins within the last 2 pay periods. Okay? And you left early 3 times. That's a lot. I'd like you to take a look at that.
Okay.
That's a printout of your attendance, of the last 2 months. That'll be 4 pay periods. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, it didn't seem like I was missing that much, but I mean, if this is what it says, then I guess I won't argue with it.
Okay. Well, there, it's yours. My question for you is, what's been going on in the last 2 months? Has there been any recent changes in your life? Anything happened? Anything major that you can recall
Well,
that might be affecting your attendance?
yes, my husband relapsed about 2 months ago, and then he ran off with his ex-girlfriend, and I've been I've been under a lot of stress trying to make ends meet the last couple months since he left.
Okay. Let's talk about how you're dealing with how you dealt with all that stress. That's a lot for your living situation has changed, and the person that you were in a relationship with you're no longer in that relationship. That's a lot to contend with. How are you dealing with that? I mean, what have you done to manage that stress, Ms. Sherman?
Well, I was in recovery and I was doing fine, but it has been hard, and we have a daughter, and it's like once he left, he kind of left her too, and that's stressful because she misses her dad. She's only 2, and she'll ask me, where's her daddy, and I don't really know what to say. I've just been telling her he's on a trip. 'Cause what do you say to a 2-year-old? Hey, your dad left off this slut X, and he doesn't care about us anymore, and he left.
Yes.
And it's hard making the bills, on time.
Yes.
And it's just been stressful, and it doesn't help that my boss is keeping tabs on my attendance. It's not like I'm the only one that calls in.
Okay.
I know other people have been late, and I know other people call in, and I don't see them here at your office. It's like maybe my manager is just sick, is just
Speaking on you.
yeah, and that doesn't help. I don't appreciate that. And then my coworkers, with their talking behind my back and giving me dirty looks, that just adds to the stress. So it's been hard.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to go back to something you said earlier. You said that you were in recovery. And now are you saying that you relapsed also, Ms. Sherman?
Well, yes, I relapsed on prescription pills, Vicodin, and I just really need some help. I can't seem to get back on track with my recovery, and I don't want to lose my job. I really cannot lose my job.
Okay. Can you remember a time when you were doing good in recovery and what that was like? Can you describe that for me?
Just a few months ago, I was in recovery and I was doing okay. Some days it was hard, but having a daughter she was good to help keep me on track, because I know I needed to stay sober to help take care of her.
Yes.
And that was my main concern. And it's not like I don't care about her now. I still do.
Yes.
It's just there's just all this added stress, and I started taking Vicodin again, but I like to get back on track.
It sounds like you would enjoy being in recovery again. That's what I'm hearing. Am I correct?
Yes, and for me, my job and my daughter, if my husband doesn't come back, then she may just have one parent, and I know I need to be sober for her.
Ms. Sherman, you've taken a giant step. Number one, you've been honest, and that's major. That's a good sign for your recovery. You know, swallow that honest pill. And number two, you're asking for help. So we can work. We can work with those two things.
Okay, good.
Now we're gonna have to take some steps. You're a good employee. Before we got this, I mean, I have nothing in your file that I saw that no write-ups, nothing, nothing that reflects negatively on you on your performance besides your attendance. So you are a good employee and you're valuable to this company, and we would like to we want you here. But Ms. Sherman, honestly, you're gonna have to be sober. There's no way we could take that risk of keeping you employed here if you're not willing to work on your recovery.
I understand.
Okay? So the important thing now is for us to come up with a plan to get you some help, Ms. Sherman. Now, we have an employee drug assistance program here. Are you aware of that?
Yes, but I don't know too much about it. Can you explain that to me?
I'll be more than happy. We've had several employees to utilize this service. It's here because, addiction is something that's common. Unfortunately, things happen, life happens, life shows up, and sometimes our decisions, we don't make good decisions. And addiction, it can be an outlet that some people use. But the way this program works is, first, I would like to say that your attendance in this program is going to be confidential. Okay? No one will know unless you tell them, besides me and you and your boss. Now, your boss is going to have to be up. We're going to have to update your boss. If you agree to take this step, then she's going to have to know, but then she's going to also have to sign confidentiality forms that, that this won't leak out. Okay?
Okay.
After that, I would like to say that you're going to have to take 20 days of paid leave off and enter inpatient treatment. Okay?
Okay.
We're clear so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're going to have to go to treatment for 28 days. Okay, you will get paid for being off. Once you complete your inpatient, you will return to work in 30 days. So you have a 2-day window there after you get out of treatment. Then you'll return to work, but then you will be expected to enroll in an outpatient program to where you will have to go to classes 2 hours a day, 3 days a week, where you'll have to do that for at least 3 months. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Then after you complete that, there's more. You will be required. We're going to monitor you here. You're going to have accountability to us at any given time. We can throw you a cup and give us a sample. We'll do a drug screen. Okay. Now, one failure does not necessarily mean that that's it. We'll work with you, but the key to this whole thing is what we discussed earlier: is you're being honest. Okay. If that's what's gonna move you forward, being honest. Does this seem like something that you would be interested in doing, Ms. Sherman?
I mean, that seems like a lot. I don't know if I can do all of that. It just seems like so much.
It is a lot, but we're going to just do one thing at a time. Okay? You said you wanted to keep your job. I strongly suggest that you follow this course of action. Several other employees here have utilized the drug assistance program, Ms. Sherman, and they've had remarkable returns to sobriety. I believe this can work for you. I really do.
Okay, well, I'm willing to give it a try, Mr. Brown. What's next?
Okay, Ms. Sherman, I'm going to talk to your supervisor and let her know about this discussion. As I said earlier, tomorrow you'll need to go to 555 First Street. You need to show up there at 9 a.m. You're going to meet Mr. Randall White, and he's going to perform an intake on you. Okay. Now, after you leave here today, I'm going to call him and give him a heads up to let him know you're going to be coming there in the morning to your intake. Okay. After you do your intake, I want you to call me. I'm going to give you my number here, and that way I can initiate your paid leave. You have any questions?
No. No.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Mr. Brown.
You're very welcome, Ms. Sherman. I'm glad we had time to sit down and talk, and I wish you the best in your recovery.
Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome.